I have to read this because Parkinson's doesn't choose whether I can remember anything. But I'll remember tonight. Oh boy, will I remember tonight. One of the really great things about sharing love of music and dance is that you can travel anywhere in the world and you can find friends to share that world. It would be hard to have this happen without Albert. Albert, I love you. I love you for years. Perhaps you're sharing a new memory with someone here tonight. Maybe if it was like mine, it was with Killer Joe or Tito Puente or Millie Donay and Cuban Pete at the Palladium in New York. Is there anybody that remembers that? It was a hell of a time. And we come together tonight to dance and have fun, not to think about those with physical disabilities, because tonight is a fun night. Most people think that Parkinson's is something only seniors can get. And let me tell you.
Well, you saw that wonderful presentation done by LA Salsa Fest, and we have a recipient of one of those awards, someone that I think you know very well. He's been on with us over the years several times, Larry Strauss. Good to have you here.
It's good to see you.
And
too.
I got the award right here. It's beautiful. It might kind of shimmer a little bit. There we are. And I love the fact that it's an album,
Yeah.
which is neat. And this is for salsa dancing. And I was asking you that I knew Larry did salsa dancing and Latino dancing, but I never knew how you got into that particular style of dancing.
The truth is, my father was a lousy dancer, but my mother was a great dancer.
And that's how you picked it up
And
from
it
her.
was time to dance. My mother danced with me. So I got an
Cool.
introduction into the world of dance and music at a very early age. And it came around many years later. Parkinson's people need to move to music
Right.
and exercise.
Yeah.
And they all came together.
That was fun. And we
Yeah.
know that, the person that gave this out, by the way, Albert Torres, he's been on our show before. He does the wheelchair dancing, am I right?
In part.
And yeah, and he does the stuff with Parkinson's. Oh yeah. So a great guy that we've had on before. And I also want to introduce, I don't want to forget Leslie Chambers here. You're the president and CEO of the American Parkinson's Disease Association. And I know you've known Larry for quite a long time. You've had Larry appear in some of your national spots, right? And some PSAs for the organization.
Yes, Larry is our superstar, and he was the person responsible for getting our major PSA produced and distributed last year. And we're really thrilled. It's aired across the country. I actually saw it in an airport, and Larry did a fabulous job of getting the group together and was one of the main stars in our PSA about spreading the word and the information about Parkinson's and about the resources for folks like Larry.
Where are you guys based? You're a national organization, right?
Yeah, so our headquarters is in Staten Island, New York.
Okay.
And,
Now, are you from there, or you have the Southern California chapter?
So I'm based in New York.
Okay.
And I travel across the entire country.
Very
We
good.
love to come to Southern California to visit with our friends Larry and participate in some upcoming programs that are going to be here in the area.
And of course, we have the Can Do Club that you started, right? The Parkinson Can Do Club.
Well, it wasn't so much that I started it. What happened is that the first visit I had to the club was not what I wanted to see, to join in, to be frank with you. And when asked if I would like to come back, I said, yeah, but you know, I'd rather focus on the things we can do, not focus on the things we can't.
Very good.
And the people agreed with me, and it seemed to fit. And we grew substantially in size.
And I think that's the major thing you want to get across, the things you can do, right? And part of your organization is doing that, making people aware of it, but really promoting the fact that people can still do a lot of things for a long time, right?
That's right, Ken. And our message is about living with optimism, and Larry is a shining example of that. And one of the things we promote in our programs and services at APDA are things around health and wellness. And exercise and movement is critical in dealing with Parkinson's, and many scientific studies now are showing that people who engage in very rigorous exercise, whether it's dance, or Tai Chi or yoga, do better in managing their Parkinson's and live better.
Oh,
it's
very
really
good.
important.
A couple events that are coming up, and one is here in Southern California, and this is a national participating partner in Partners in Parkinson's, but it's a kind of a tongue twister, but that's what it is. That's coming up on Saturday, tomorrow at the Hilton in San Diego. And then there's another one, the International Congress of Parkinson's Disease Movement Disorders, also in San Diego, that will take place literally following that.
Right, and the American Parkinson Disease Association is very pleased to announce that we're one of the national partners of this PIP program, the Partners in Parkinson's.
Thank you, that's easier to say.
Easy. You're right. And it's a wonderful event, and I know Larry's going to be attending. It's an opportunity for people with Parkinson's and their caregivers to come to hear the latest and greatest in research and programs and services, and to learn about local resources. And we're very proud to be one of the national partners in that program. That's co-sponsored with AbbVie and the Michael J. Fox organization. And then that's going to be followed by a large national medical meeting, of which we will be there providing information at APDA. It's a gathering of the movement disorder specialists, the doctors and researchers in Parkinson's, and so we're very pleased to be participating in that this week as well.
How's the research going in that? And within the medical community, has there been some progress made in maybe pinpointing certain things that can lead to Parkinson, and are we getting better at it?
You know, Parkinson's disease is an extremely complicated disease, as most of these neurological diseases are.
Right.
I travel across the country, and APDA supports cutting-edge research and young researchers, and I tell you, there is a sense of real excitement and optimism. And it's around things such as, one, finding out, is there a biomarker? So if we could find a biomarker and determine who may be at risk for getting Parkinson's, and then develop therapies that may actually prevent the disease from showing up. This is a major area of research, and I think we're going to see some really exciting breakthroughs in the next few years.
Yeah, you mentioned this coming up, this Congress of Movement Disorders. Does that also include like Lou Gehrig's disease and MS and things like that? Those all start with your motor skills, basically.
Exactly. They're neurodegenerative diseases, and there are some similarities in some of these long-term chronic diseases. A lot of the poster sessions and the research presentations will be focused on Parkinson's, but there will be some other diseases that these researchers will be presenting on as well.
And we've seen in some of these diseases, Larry, people actually can live a very, very, very long time. Just recently, we showed the movie about Stephen Hawking. Of course, he has what's called Lou Gehrig's disease, and he was diagnosed, I don't even know, 50 years ago or something like that. And even with Parkinson's, people are living better and living much longer with it.
Sometimes it just seems that way.
Yeah. And I think what it is people like yourself that have the attitude, the positive attitude,
Well, if
and
you don't
stop.
have it, there's no reason to live.
Right.
Having the right attitude is so much of importance, and I think that is the key to why I've thrown a lot of my support, for whatever values it had, towards an organization, or the organization, that deals with people at a local level.
Right.
Because sometimes, and that's APDA, sometimes you want somebody who's here, who better understands and can listen.
Yeah.
And APDA has the people in the community. And I think that's important.
Yeah, I think it is too. I mean, there's great organizations, great national organizations for all these kinds of different things. But to have ones that do things also locally as well as nationally, you make a very good point, because you can kind of grasp hold of what's being done much clearer, right? And if you support those organizations, you don't feel like, well, I just put some money towards them, and I know they're a good organization, but I don't hear back. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, clearly, when you have people that are local, you get to care about each other.
Right.
And that caring is something that isn't always there on a national scope.
That's true.
And you need to bring it down to the local level. And that's what we're trying to do.
Well, I think it's great. Leslie, it's great to have you here.
Great to
And
be
you're
here.
going to be going down to San Diego this weekend?
I am.
All right. Very good. Great work that you folks are doing. And you know, you can see it with somebody like Larry here who's passionate about your organization, and you just keep going, and which is great, and get these wonderful awards. I think this is really nice. We have to have Albert on again, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Very good. You take care of yourself. We'll see you again. Larry always comes up here. We see him coming around here saying hi. So I know we'll see you again soon. And Leslie, I'm not sure when we'll see you again, but when you're out this way.
Hopefully soon again.
All right. When you're
All
out
right.
this way, come on, and we'll be happy to have you.
May I
Great,
mention
thanks.
my phone number? for
Yes, if you would
people
like to do that, yeah.
to call if they have an interest in exploring what we've been talking about.
Sure.
It's 949-457-2220. And you're welcome to join us. We encourage you. We love new people. Come down.
All right. Larry, always good to see you, and great award.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll be
you.
right back.
Thanks.
Good to see you, buddy.